impromptu live stream on a Friday night. Doomcock did say that the second meeting happened. So far, we have heard nothing. I could get a phone call as I'm talking. We'll have to make this short then to find out what had happened there. But as far as the second meeting happening, yeah, it happened. And a lot of, I don't know if there were any firings, but I would say by 10 o'clock Eastern, 10, 9, 8, 7, that'll be the time when the evening news kind of starts in LA. There could be something, I don't know. I just tell people, hey, Justin, how you doing? Whatever happens, happens. It could be it could be tonight. It could be Monday. It could be this weekend. We could get, I could actually see Disney putting out a press release this weekend. It could be Monday. It could be next week. But this is where the countdown starts. Oh, I know. I know all about it. I've been challenging him on Twitter. As you know, he's not allowed here. Justin, you have every right to go in and erase him or any of his little flying monkeys and minions that show up. So, we've got a lot. We've got Pablo putting out a tweet of Jerry Mouse's nephew in Musketeer's hat blowing up a bomb, saying he was going to set something off or something like that. I don't know what it meant. It was weird. So, considering that he's all rah-rah unions, it could be about that. And then Kevin Scott, one of the writers for the High Republic, said it was really funny. Something about some guy named Ethan, not Ethan Van Sciver, trust me. Uncle E would not be anywhere near those people. This is an Austrian rosé, by the way, and it's damn good. From the hills above Vienna. It could be about challenging Iger. Look, yesterday, I'd say 60% of the staff was told in different ways that Kathy doesn't matter anymore. She's not allowed on the campus of Lucasfilm. And she is out of the country anyway. And I surmise, I speculate, and I think Cameron agrees with me, her lawyers told her to just go on vacation. And I think that something happened on the 3rd. She got a phone call, probably was told, Iger was like, I'm done with you. We're sending your separation papers to your lawyers, or something like that. And apparently, a courier came out and got a bunch of documents from Lucasfilm Legal, taking it, hey Tara, taking them to Disney Corporate and to law firms, probably in Burbank, because look, Kathy may be the head of Lucasfilm, and the headquarters is at the Presidio, which is in San Francisco. However, she lives in Southern California. Okay, that's where she is. Okay, and that's why she could do a face-to-face meeting with Iger. She went and had that, and he was like, she challenged him and tried to make him look stupid in front of his executives, and he lost his temper. All right, now he's got a new contract till 2016 or 2026, and he's probably already launched her. We don't know what was in those documents. That's the thing. But when you're looking at what's going on and the fact that these 5 people, the the Witch King and his minions, 4 minions, they're in control of, I hope so, Carlos. They're in control of Lucasfilm. She isn't anymore. She's not allowed on the premises. Um, Her email is still suspended. I look to hear that it's been completely erased. But again, because there's chain of custody and they have to have it, probably won't be. All right. Doomcock reported that Leslie Headland was given 72 hours. If it was today, then that would be Monday morning to show up with everything and to hand it over. And I'm going to say this. It's very strange how the Black Pill Blobs, Brian Nebrick, will not talk about the Karen McCarthy issue. They have not talked about it. They will not. I know why. I can't say. But it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. Okay, if you look, one of these days, probably 50 years from now, I'm going to leave like something and it's going to open up and everyone's going to hear about the stuff we knew. Okay. Hey, Michael, how you doing? This is, they won't talk about it, but because Headland is the instigator in all this, she's been ordered by Disney to do this. Okay, so I don't know what that means. Of course I do. She's done. She'll never work in Hollywood again, because I know what she did on Kathy's behalf. But let's talk about the history of Kathy and her husband. So everybody put a 1 in the chat if they knew the story or know the story of Vic Morrow and the Twilight Zone movie and Joe Dante. If you know that story, put a 1 in the chat. Hey, Cross. Oh, I hope so. Thank you, Cross. Here's the story. Vic Morrow was a fairly well-regarded character actor, American character actor. And when they came up with this movie, it was a movie in 4 parts. Well, canned. No, it's not like that. They need her stuff that she has personally, not just the stuff that they found there. I think this is probably for the legal thing, but let me finish my story, okay? It was Twilight Zone, the movie was, I think, produced by Steven Spielberg. But there were 4 directors. I think he directed one of the parts, and Joe Dante directed the part about Vietnam, and Vic Morrow was starring in that. And what happened was they had to have these 2 Asian children for a night shoot, and they weren't, by law, they weren't allowed to have them. And somehow Frank Marshall, with the petty cash, was negotiating petty cash so he could get them for the night shoot. And according to some, like my friend Kotang Sensei, aka Dan Watanabe, there was rumored a lot of drugs and other things. Hey, Yavin, on the set. And what happened was, when they did a helicopter sequence, did the helicopter run into something? I can't remember. But it went down, and it literally, yes, it just said that, Advanced Arts. John Landis. I thought it was Joe Dante. Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah, John Landis. Are you sure? Okay, John Landis. I always get those 2 mixed up. Anyway, what happened was the helicopter went down, and as it did, the blades decapitated the 2 kids and Vic Morrow. Okay, so what you have here is obviously an FFA issue. Okay, you've got law enforcement, you've got rescue personnel, fire department, everybody. Kathy Kennedy was not the one in charge of the accident scene. They left Frank Marshall, so he was the one that knew everything. Okay, and literally like the next day, he packed his bags, jumped on a plane, and flew to London. Turns out, the feds wanted to talk to him about what was going on. They said, I guess, what would it be, a federal marshal or something like that, and a representative from the U.S. Embassy out of the embassy from London to go pick him up. He said, "Give me an hour. I'm not ready." Blah blah blah. They gave him an hour. Marshall packed his bags, checked out, jumped on a private jet, and flew to Paris, which doesn't have an extradition treaty at all with the United States, I guess. So the fact of the matter is that there are things that are going on there with that issue still today, I think. But it also really spreads shade on Kathy and Frank because she's in Paris, or at least is in Europe. She has not come back, as far as I can tell, because Frank has not posted any new photographs. So what can we surmise of this? That we have two people, not one, that have absolutely no character whatsoever, who met each other on the set of Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, fell in love, and got married, and and now we've got the wife making really messed up deals with Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant. This is what is passed as prologue. Now, was what happened on the set of The Twilight Zone right? All right? Was it the good thing that John Landis got thrown under the bus? I don't think so. I think that that the fact of the matter is that we know there were illicit drugs involved, that it wasn't safe. Those kids should not have been there. Is a reflection on the production staff, and that includes Steven Spielberg. And but I think it also leads to a degree of resentment on Kathy and on Kathy and Frank's part too, because he was the one that cleaned up the mess and then ran away from home. Okay, now we got Kathy being faced with, it's not as egregious as people dying, but let's just put it this way: it is a federal crime because it's interstate. Okay, what happened, and people could go to jail. The fact that she was part of the conspiracy, yeah. Now that puts her character into question. Okay, now we've got a bunch of SJWs, Pablo Hidalgo, his stupid wife, who don't care. They don't care because the rules don't apply to them. All right, and that's the problem. Now, what I think, again, is going on, I think that when whichever of the writers on the Storm said Kennedy doesn't matter anymore, right now, ever, that's implied that she's done. She's never coming back. Okay. They are effective. They've basically told Lucasfilm staff, you are here to comply with Disney budgetary constraints, which tells me that they're not selling Lucasfilm. Yes, terrible. They do have two. They do have girls. One's name is Megan, and the other one I can't remember. Neither of them are very attractive people. Kind of dumpy. I mean, at least Kathy at least was slender and still is, but yeah. I mean, so they're off. Well, this is what I think. I think, again, Kennedy's lawyers have said to her, go take these 2 weeks and whatever else you've got, since you can't come back, and go on vacation, stay out of the country, because she's not allowed on Disney property at all right now. So she's probably just hanging around, bumming around Europe. I mean, it is rosé season now. Jonathan, I don't think so. I don't. I mean, it could be, but I don't get the feeling from everything I've read. And really, I don't know if selling Lucasfilm would help it. I think rolling it into a subsidiary of 20th Century might actually be a better idea. If what wasn't for the lawsuit, what they did, I think here's the deal. I think Disney, when they looked at what Kennedy was doing with the Acolyte, the fact that even people, yeah, that's right, just some other guy. The fact of the matter is, Disney had enough questions because we all did. Where is a trailer? Where's all the publicity? Where's the marketing department? And there isn't any. You'd see, Disney Plus put stuff out there. Oh, the Acolyte, but and when the actors were, no, not under Marvel. No, dear God. But my thing is, God, what was my point now? I really think that they would have found out what was going on because it was financed in such a bizarre way. And there was really, where's she getting 50,000 euros? I mean, where's she getting this? Where's she getting that? And, I let people think their own thing. I'm not going to tell you what happened. Embezzlement has been floated around, fine, if you want to believe that, that's, go ahead. Skimming off the top of, Mandalorian and Andor, which you can't tell me they spent that much money on that show. What a low production value piece of shit TV show. And who cares about the character? Who? God, just no. God, that show sucked. And so I do think this would have come out. But the lawsuit kind of made everybody go like that. And if you notice, the press isn't talking about the lawsuit. The documents that were on the LA County Courthouse website are now redacted. They're gone. I can't go back and look to see what hearings were or whatever. Okay, because there was supposed to be one on June 10th, and about June 12th, I went back to look and I'm like, I can't find these because I was gonna get the minutes of those hearings, and I couldn't get them. So obviously someone knows that we've been talking about it. Someone knows that we actually could get a hold of the documents. And but I do think that the lawsuit, because look, Karen McCarthy's friends with Bob Iger. All right, that's all I have to say. And she would say, you need to look into this because these people out on this YouTube channel of all places are looking at the funny business going on here, and they don't think it's a real show, and they don't know where they're getting the money. And I think that the lawsuit gave Iger the impetus to start really digging, okay? Because they skim money off the top from other shows all the time. And that in of itself might be wrong, but they're not gonna take somebody out for it. They will for other things. Okay, so we can assume in our little assumation chamber here that Kennedy's got her lawyers or had her lawyers negotiating her way out. We've got the 5 horsemen of the apocalypse, Witch King, the Witch King of Burbank saying that she doesn't matter anymore. All right, we're on control. We've got those guys telling Lucasfilm you will be in compliance of Disney budgets now. Okay, everything that you do say, if you fart, it has to go past us. All right, just don't fart like Joe Biden. Yes, I've got that video, and yes, I'm going to use it. We'll just have to see what happens this weekend, because it is 7, 6, 5, it's 4 o'clock there. But 8 o'clock, they'll get done with work, 8 o'clock Eastern, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll just, I always tell people this and then nothing happens, but you gotta look at the news cycle for California is way different from the East Coast. It's way different from, the Midwest. I mean, it's 6:12 in Wisconsin. Okay, so, but we just gotta see where this goes. Now, the Pablo Hidalgo thing, I kind of think he was trolling. Look, the guy took Ichibaka's Twitter account profile pic, okay, just to mock him and mock us, okay, because he was innocent in all this stuff. He never did anything. Oh, according to Brian, he's the most honest man he's ever talked to. Really? I mean, okay. So I don't know if it was a signal to people to start another renewed acolyte fervor thing, which there is none, but except in Pablo's little Twitter bubble, or if he was funning somebody, or if he was talking about the strikes. I don't know. This guy named Ethan's name came up. I don't know who Ethan is, and it's not Ethan Van Sciver. I don't know. I really just I just go, I don't know. Okay, but the fact of the matter is that if past is prologue, and we know that Pablo started shit all the time with people, that it could probably be that. I mean, Harley, you're banned because you're a troll and you're wrong. Get the fuck off my channel. There. See, that's what happens when you go on a channel. Look, this Harley Mitchell is basically an astroturfer, okay? And what you do with the astroturfers is you get rid of them. Because I used to work in politics. I know what they are. I know exactly what's going on. That person either works with the Black Pill Blobs or Pablo himself, or one of the other shill channels like Star Wars Explained or Jason Ward or somebody like that. Okay, not belong here. Okay, I don't allow misinformation to come on this channel. Okay, which is why I banned that person. Harley's gone. Fuck her, fuck him, whoever he is. You don't come on here and do that. It's not allowed. Okay, this is, if you can't deal with an alternate view or the truth, then, go buy a hashish brownie, sit in your house on the beanbag chair, eat it, and pretend life is whatever your twisted, fucked up mind thinks it is. Okay. Anyway, what else is going on? Okay, we talked about Pablo, weird tweets. The second meeting was today for sure. We don't know if we can't say KK's out, but every instance, yes, it does suck, and you're right. Now, here's the thing. We have somebody in our midst, and I'm not gonna say his name, who worked between 2000 whatever and 2007 as a trainer at Epcot Center, at Epcot, and then he went into travel as a travel agent. He's got absolutely no connection to Hollywood at all. Yep, Peter's right. He doesn't, but except for Pablo. And I gotta say, it's time for, I think, you guys, the fans, to start asking questions of him. I'm not gonna say his name, you know who I'm talking about. And he started some stuff with a friend of mine today on Twitter, and he really, look, I can't say everything I know, but the door is closing, and that's how stupid this person is. They can sit there and say there's a huge meeting happening at Lucasfilm in one video, and then act like nothing's wrong out the other side of their mouth. It's like, fucking hey, what is, you know? But when you look at it's, when you look, if you look at a person's experience and you realize that they have literally never, ever dealt with corporate in any way, shape, or form, if they've never dealt with office politics, you're going to be talking to someone who has no fucking clue what they're talking about, okay? When Iger sent the Nazgul to Lucasfilm from Burbank to the Presidio, these guys aren't Mickey Mouse. This is like Darth Vader in the 501st showing up. Okay, not kidding. Not kidding. This is like, you know, Vader and his Inquisitors. Not kidding. Okay, they're not fucking around. Okay, and fact of the matter is, a lot of things are going to be changing very soon. All right, so we just got to sit back and wait, and do not allow those people, you know, who I'm talking to about, to change your mind or to tell you something you know isn't true. Just look at Disney's stocks, where they, look at the trends for the past year, and you'll understand why Disney has to do what they have to do. Okay, I mean, okay, so Cameron is going on a, let me grab my other phone because I'm gonna put the link to this in that. Hi, Koji. It's Kojak. See? It's Kojak. Okay, so, of course, I didn't get that here, but I will here. So, I'll find, where is it? Patreon. Okay, the open thread, here it is. All right, so I'm on live if anybody wants to come on. I'm not going to be on for long because I'm starting to lose my voice. So there you go. I should probably put a link on there, but I won't. You know, yes, he does. It's too bad he's a big pussy. I'm talking about the dog. Okay, he really is. So we just gotta sit and wait. And I really feel like the end of the war, it's like, you know, it's like April 2nd, 1945. That's how I feel. You know, it's happening, you know, it's almost over. And the Germans can't last out that long. And there we go. I mean, that's what I think is happening. So anyway, what else do you guys want to talk about? Why are you telling me? This is an Austrian rosé. I can drink this if I want. Shut up. Don't tell me what to do. The blue, or I'll watch you. I don't, someone puts a blue butterfly in their account name, and I watch them very closely because they usually end up being Raylos. I'm doing great. I went for rehab on my wrist. Did some other things, and went to a wine tasting today, so it was really fun. And got something for a loan. Hopefully, we'll be able to. We're gonna paint the house and maybe do some improvements on the basement. So, I don't know. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch movies down there, and maybe we'll put a small bar down there, and I can actually do my show from down there. Because I've got a lot of really cool artwork. There's movie posters we've got. I'd like to have them up and displayed. It could be tonight, all right, or it could be Monday. I really, you know, I'm in one of those. God, he sheds. This dog, I'll tell you about shepherds. See that? They shed the most of any dog. Any dog I've ever seen. Yes, there's going to be a small wine bar, and probably with some place for liquor. I don't drink liquor, but yeah, I agree, Jonathan. I'm cautious too. But well, yesterday was the last day of her 2-week suspension, and she doesn't have her email back. She's not in town. She's done. And according to Doomcock, yeah, we were doing that. I've got it up in my office, but it just I can't get. Look, my thing, with my computer is I can't get StreamYards to hook up with the microphone I bought. Well, we don't know what staff that was, Mike, and it wasn't. Yeah, you can do that if you want. 007, I don't care. No, Marty, she left. She had that face-to-face meeting with Iger where she started saying some really, tried to imply that he was at fault for all of this. And basically, she showed her hand, and he lost his shit, and they put her on 2 weeks leave. And she was already on the 2 weeks leave when Indy 5 dropped, but she hadn't left town. Because I think Iger wanted to talk to her. I think actually he wanted to get rid of her. So it was the 3rd, so technically yesterday was the last day of her leave. But as far as I can tell, I mean, let's go look at Insta. Do. Let's find Frank Marshall. Okay. Okay, come on. No, nothing. So they could be coming back. They could be coming back to the States. Or they could be going to Provence like they did last year to hang out, drinking rosé all day. But like I said, running away to Europe is what Frank did when the Twilight Zone catastrophe happened. Yeah, I do think George will be. Peter, it's not really. It is and it's not. I know that she was suspended from her email on the 29th. But she had the face-to-face with Iger on the 3rd. So it might be Monday that would be her last day. All right. So I don't know. It's just, we just have to hang out and, just the waiting, like Tom Petty said, is the hardest part. Okay. I hate it. I would prefer that this would have happened in 2018. And I think Iger actually did toy with the idea of getting rid of her then, but he couldn't find anybody to take her place. And what's interesting to note, the Black Pills are bringing that up again. Oh, they can't find anybody to take her place. And this is my favorite. She ran off Jon Favreau. She did not run off Jon Favreau. I can't tell you how I know that. But when I hear people say that, it's emotional stupidity. Why would he go anywhere? All right? Why? All right? When I look at the people saying that shit, Yellow Flash, Gary Beekler, it's like, you guys are the worst thing that ever happened to the fandom. Hi, Jack. Oh, I see you. You must be in Oz, huh? You're a day ahead of us. Typical. How's winter? This is a good Austrian rosé. Again, the hills of Vienna, which I have visited. Cold, huh? Well, I wish it was cold here. You can have our heat. I don't want to take the dog out, and I have to go water the garden too. So let's see. It's 7:27. Doomcock will be on in like an hour, and that'll be about the time, 8 o'clock, where things will just, Conrad's out of pocket. Yeah, they do demoralize people. That's what they do. Look, I think negativity can be as addictive as Coke. I just do. When people just thrive and only talk about negative things, it hurts. It literally hurts their world. So, anyway, so we have a dog here following my husband around. And I'm going to have to, just a minute. Kojak, please leave Daddy alone. Come on. Good boy. So, it is, I'll be up in like an hour or so, okay? So I probably will be asleep if it's announced. I mean, I'm not trying to stay up as long as I can. We just gotta hold on. And I really think that negativity. Hi, Koji. Hi, baby. Here he is. You can't see him, but he's right here. You can see his nose, though. See? His brother's even bigger. If you're negative all the time, it hurts people around you. It hurts literally your health. It hurts the world around you, your life in general. And you shouldn't do that, all right? To me, people who peddle, she's never leaving. George will never write back. They're never going to get rid of the sequel trilogy. How do you wake up in the morning being that, selling depressing, unrealistic stuff? And don't tell me having hope is unrealistic. And the reason why is I look at the numbers. These people are not well versed in reading numbers. When you stop, not everything is static. It's always, look, I look at it as being cyclic. The last 10 years we had Wokistan. Wokistan failed. You see DEI directors getting fired right and left. You see the peak moment when Budweiser decided to have that gay guy who fetishizes women's bodies on cans of Bud Light, and now they are laying people off because they can't sell it. Okay. And I feel sorry for the people that actually work at Bud Light and at Bud that had nothing to fucking do with it. Okay. It is not the Clydesdale's fault. All right. It's some dowdy, dry-haired, droopy-looking, skinny vegan brunette. That's her fault. That's the marketing director's fault, and she got fired. Let's see, Adam Post, when he does Money does a good job. Michael Franzese, if you want to hear about the mafia, he was a capo in the Colombo crime family, and actually he was really successful. Very interesting guy. I would love to meet him and have dinner with him sometime, just because he's really, really intelligent, and you get a different sense of who the mob bosses were. This guy was not a thug. Okay. Sammy the Bull Gravano's got a good YouTube site. He's hilarious. Some of the stories he tells, it's just like, what? But there's all kinds of different things. Star Wars Theory is good when he's not harassing Doomcock. And, when he tried to explain himself, I'm like, shut up now. Shut up now. Of course they do. Bad ideas always destroy themselves. But let's see, Star Wars Theory. I wouldn't recommend Star Wars Explained because they had their Instagram account taken out, and I think their Facebook page. No, I didn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, they did. Look, Theory basically got dragged through the mud, and he deserved it. Yeah, they are. The Kennedy Marshall Company did option his book Blood Father, but I'm not convinced they'll make it. I think I would actually look to see if one of the Warner Brothers subsidiaries would. Yeah, it's 007 has, right, they just want money. And that's fine. That's just fine. Anyway, so my voice is about ready to give out. Kojak, will you please lay down?
He goes wherever he wants.
Anyway, my voice is about ready to give out. So, yeah, the fandom will recover, but what has to happen is there has to be a lot of revelations about people. Okay? Anyway, I gotta rock. My voice is giving out. I want to sit down and relax a little bit before going to bed, and monitor the news as always. So, see you guys around the galaxy. Be safe. If anything does happen, I'm still awake. I'll be back on here. If I'm in my PJs and no makeup on, looking like I just got whatever, so be it. But we may not get any word till after 10 tonight, my time. So it's gonna be late. Anyway, see you guys later. See you around the galaxy. Behave and be safe. All right.